Welcome to the Jaron Jarvis channel. I am Jaron Jarvis. Today, I would like to introduce to you, don't you see it? The heads. They don't have heads. I feel that it's about time for me to post this. What happened here changed my life. I go to work from 3 a.m. to 12 noon. This schedule may be ungodly for most people, but to me, I'm already used to it. Here in our country we have plenty of bus companies, but only one bus company has a 24-hour schedule. One night, I saw a bus that is not from the 24-hour bus company. I find it unusual as I never saw a different bus company stopping for passengers at this hour. It was already 1:30 a.m. and it usually takes 1 hour to get to my office, so for me not to be late for work I decided to ride this bus thinking that it's safe since there are passengers inside. The driver opened the door. Inside is the bus conductor looking at me as I stepped inside. There are 6 passengers, 2 on the right aisle, a middle-aged man texting on the second row and a bald big muscly man on the 5th row. 4 are on the left aisle. A young couple on the 3rd row and a grumpy-looking man on the 4th row and a lady sleeping on the 5th row. I decided to sit beside the middle-aged man but left one seat between us for privacy. I don't want to be at the back since the next bus stop is where I get off. Plus I feel safer near the driver. While the conductor is collecting our fare, he told one of the passengers that this is a test run for them. They want to know how much profit the company can get if they will offer services at this time of the night. I don't really know how it works, but that's what he said and I wasn't really bothered by it. Halfway through our trip, I noticed that the bus driver looked at the rear view mirror. I saw that his eyes widened and he started to look strained. With panic on his voice he called on the conductor. "Bro, look." The driver said, pointing at the rear view mirror while trying to keep his eyes on the road. The conductor, with a baffled reaction, looked at the mirror and said, "What are you trying to show me? I don't see anything unusual. Don't you see it? The heads. They don't have heads," said the driver. He's trying to lower his voice so that the passengers cannot hear him. The other passengers are sleeping and I'm the only one awake, therefore I can hear them talking. I was on the aisle seat, therefore I can see the front of the bus and the rear view mirror. Curious, I looked at it but I don't see anything unusual and decided not to think about it. After a couple of minutes I noticed that the driver is shifting his gaze from the road to the rear view mirror, and every time he's looking at the mirror I can see his face scared. He cannot concentrate. I noticed that he's driving too fast. I hear a beep which I think signals that he's beyond the 80 km/h speed limit. He's speeding and the bus is no longer running straight. Right at this moment all the passengers are awake, wondering why the bus is moving like crazy. The conductor asked the driver to slow down. The driver, now shouting, said, "They don't have heads. Even you don't have your head. I can't see my head as well. What are you saying? Are you mad? You're going to get us all killed," said the conductor. The big bald guys went to the front row and asked the conductor what's happening, and the conductor explained to him. He looked at the rear view mirror and what he said gave me goosebumps up to this day. There's a legend saying that if you see your passenger's head cut off in the mirror, it means there will be a terrible accident and they will die. As soon as we get to our destination we need to burn our clothes so that this legend will not come true," said the bald guy. "The only thing that will kill us is this driver," said the guy beside me. "I told you it's not a good idea to drive at this ungodly hour. We are now hunted by death," said the driver. The conductor asked the driver to pull over first and to relax. Since it's his first time in the night shift, maybe he didn't get enough rest. The other passengers started to complain. They are afraid that the driver might have taken drugs and is hallucinating. The bald guy, however, is just silent on his seat and is in deep thoughts. I was not speaking. Something here is not right. I can't pinpoint it, but something is wrong. I looked at the rear view mirror and there I saw a black figure at the back of the bus. Sitting on the middle seat at the back row is a figure in black. I cannot see its face, but when I blinked I was gone. I immediately felt dread. I feel that my life is threatened. I moved beside the bald guy and asked if he saw anything unusual. He responded with a deep voice, "It's not yet your time." The driver calmed down and started to drive again. Everyone seemed restless. Without any warning, Fear took over my body. I noticed how everyone was no longer on their seats. They're like flying. It's like a slow motion in a movie. Broken glass and stuff flying around. I didn't have the chance to process everything. Suddenly I felt a sharp pain on my head and all I can see is darkness. When I woke up, my eyes was not yet well adjusted to the light. There was a silhouette over me. I hear him say with a deep voice, "It's not yet your time." I closed my eyes and went to sleep again. I woke up with the smell of fresh flowers. The room is white and there are monitors connected to the wires sticking on my body. My mom was beside the bed and when she saw me she cried, "Mum, where am I?" I asked. "Sweetie, you're in the hospital. I'll call the doctor and let him know you are awake," my mom said in a shaky voice. Her eyes are puffy and I can tell she hasn't been sleeping well. The doctor came in and told me about the accident. The bus lost control, the brakes did not work so it slammed on the barrier and fell from the skyway down to the highway below us. I asked how are the other 6 passengers and the driver and the conductor. The doctor looked confused and replied, "There are only 8 people in the bus. 6 passengers including you, the driver, and the conductor. You are the only survivor. We consider this as a miracle considering the damage sustained by the bus."